It's showtime. Hello everyone, happy Hanukkah, happy Merry Christmas, happy holidays. How you guys doing? Great to see you back at the happy hour. And I see so many familiar faces here. Mike, hello, and Maris and Jay. Thank you very much for coming back. And Sandra and Marty there, Phyllis and Siblis. And if I didn't mention your name, thank you for joining us. If it's your first time on the show, please put a first or a one on the chat below, so I know that it's your first time. We would love to see you back again. My name is Alan Chamo. I'm the host. I'm the mental guy here. But it's not about me. I have with me here, joining me from Las Vegas, Mr. Ryan Ahern. What's up, Ryan?
What's going on, Alan? How are you today, my friend? Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas.
Ah, thank you, thank you, thank you. How are you? How's things in Las Vegas?
Things are very good. Very good. It's getting really cold out here this week, so getting a little bit of an echo here. Let me
getting a little bit of... We hear you.
Did you hear me okay? All right.
Yeah. Do you guys hear him okay? Yes, everybody hear him okay? Everybody hears you okay. I think that
good. Yeah, things are great out here in Vegas. It got really cold this week. You know, the nighttime temperature is getting down into the 30s even, if you can imagine. So you've been dealing with, you know, into the 40s throughout the evening, and then middle of the night it'll drop down to about 37, 39 degrees. So it's been really cold this week.
And here's the weather report from Las Vegas. No,
I know. I wanted to know. Actually, that's big news around here, man.
Yeah. Well, I in Miami actually it's beautiful. I mean, I love this time. You know, a little bit cold in South Florida. We welcome it. No, don't us. Everybody is agreeing with me. It's like finally we can put something with long sleeves. Finally, we can do that. So happy about having a little bit of cold weather. This is great. Hey, today we have an awesome show, Ryan. Obviously, beside having you, which just by itself, that's what people come to see.
That's not true. Thank you very much.
We have a great. I'm not sure if to call him an entertainer, but he's an entertainer. What he does is very entertaining, but he's more than that, and we'll get to him in a moment. We also have a special surprise appearance, a surprise guest that is joining today. Would you like to know who?
I know I would. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't tell you otherwise. It would be a surprise. So we'll get to it later. Yes, I know that you know, Ryan, because you backstage here and you know what's going on, but we'll keep it for the audience. Hey, and I want to try to do something with everybody today together. You know, I do my shows virtually, as you do as well now, Ryan. And I don't know if it happens to you, but after so many happy hour shows, I'm like running out of material.
Yeah, things like that happen, yes.
So I need to come up with fresh material all the time. And today that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to show you something that I'm working on, and you are going to be my guinea pigs, if that's okay. All right. So basically, it's kind of an excuse for me that in case I mess it up, hey, I'm practicing this, and hopefully you guys are going to be forgiving. But for this, actually, I need your minds and I need your participation. All you have to do is, if you have with you your cell phone, grab it and open your calculator on your phone, okay? If you have an old style calculator that's not on your phone, you can grab that. That will work as well. So everybody should have a calculator. If you're a couple, one calculator would be good for the whole family, all right? Barbara is driving, so please do not participate on this one, okay? Wonderful. And I will need, so whoever has a calculator, raise your hand so I know that you are with me. Perfect. Wonderful. So I'm going to add Sharon, I'm going to add you with me. So add to Spotlight Sharon. And who else has the calculator over there? Hey Sharon, you can unmute yourself, by the way. And
okay.
Hello.
Hi, how are you, everybody?
Hi everybody. And who else would like to be here with a calculator? Phoebe, all right, come on Phoebe. And to Spotlight, there we go. And let's grab one more person here. Jay, would you like to be on? You have a calculator? Can you unmute yourself?
Yes.
Okay. So all of you have a calculator. And by the way, the rest of you, you should also have a calculator and follow us with the calculations we're about to do. Now, before I start, I would like to make a little prediction here. So I'm going to grab a piece of paper here. And okay. I made a prediction which goes into my pocket and will stay in plain sight all the time. All right? Now, it's really hard to predict the future. Would you agree with me?
Yeah.
If you look at 2020, I mean, who would predicted this? I would never in my life would predict that I would be reading minds through Zoom. So really predicting the future, very, very tough to do. But let's do that. So Sharon, grab the calculator for me, okay? And I want you to go ahead and put in and say out loud, okay? A 3-digit number, and everybody put it in the calculator. Any 3 digits that are important to you, go ahead, do it now.
3 digits, okay.
Yes.
188.
One,
can I use can I use the same number?
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh,
188.
Okay. 188.
So everybody put in your calculators 188. That's what Sharon decided. And then you do times.
Times.
Okay? Times. And now Phoebe, choose a 3-digit number that is good for you.
239.
Everybody go with times 239. Okay? So you press on times. Okay? So everybody should have right now 44,932. Yes, everybody should have that number. And Jay, you have the calculator with you?
Yes.
So everybody do times, and you choose a 3-digit number.
4.
I couldn't hear you.
435.
Okay, so everybody do times 435, and then everybody do equal. Okay? So everybody should have right now, it's
19,545,420.
Thank you, Sharon. I really needed that help.
You sounded like you were struggling, so I figured I'd give you some help.
Thank you. I kind of struggle with numbers. I don't know if everybody noticed already, but okay. So we have this number, and now it will be my turn to do a number. But instead of times, everybody do now plus. So hit plus, and I will. And by the way, since it's a long number, some of you might need to go sideways like this. Okay, like a scientific calculators. If you need to, you might need to. You can do that.
I didn't know. Oh my God!
Wow, it's amazing. All right, Sharon. So Sharon figured out a new feature on a calculator. All right. So now I will do a random number. It's going to be a very long number. So don't do it. I'm going to first do the random number. I'm going to just put numbers. Okay. So the random number I put on is, and everybody do plus and do this number: 1196 656 294. Just to make sure that, yes, okay? So everybody add that number, 1196 656 294. And then everybody hit equal. So now, everybody in the calculator, and tell me if you got the same number. Yes, you got the same number? It's 121620. Okay, but I'm reading it. I'm reading it.
12162011714.
Yeah, so everybody should have this number right now on 12162011714. And I made a prediction that was here the whole time. Okay, and you have the number on your calculator.
No way.
Let me show you my prediction. It says, now it's time. Which everybody's like, okay, what's up with that, Alan? But I said at the beginning that it's really hard to predict the future, okay? You know, it's really complicated to predict, but maybe we need to live the moment right now. And this is right now the moment. If you look at the calculator, we are in the month of December, which is 12. 16 is the day.
Yes.
20 is the year. And the time is 17:14, which is exactly the time.
Wow.
That was the turn.
No.
Okay. Wow.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty cool.
You got it? Everybody understood? 12 is the month, 16 is a day, 20 is a year, and 17:14 is the time that we are right now. So we need to learn to enjoy the moment, live the present, live the now, okay? And not worried so much about what's next. So thank you very much. Hey, it worked, it worked. I'm gonna give myself a round of applause. Okay.
And thank you for teaching me this new thing on my calculator. That's just like so cool. Thank you.
All right. All right. You're welcome, Sharon. You can always come back to the show for some technical support. All right. So let's see some of your comments over here. Mia, thank you for coming back. No freaking way. How did you do that? Is that going to work tomorrow? I'm not sure. Tomorrow is another day. Okay. Thank you. And thank you, Siblis. Thank you. I should put it unbelievable. I appreciate that. All right. So now it's the time that we have our guest. Now, today it's going to be a little different because our guest couldn't be with us live. Right? He is a busy man, and the time just didn't work for him. So we had to pre-record this show and pre-record the interview. But the show is not edited. Okay. So everything that he's doing, it's exactly the way we recorded it. And let me introduce him. This is a person that is very, very strong, not only physically, but also in his mind. His feats of strength appeared on television as well as in front of colleges, schools, international companies, the TEDx stage, and amazed the guards of the iconic Lewisburg Penitentiary. Prepare to be blown away by witnessing the power firsthand as he puts the strength to the test. And now, get ready for Eric Moss, the virtual strongman experience. With you, Eric Moss.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Eric Moss, and I'm going to be performing some feats of strength for you today. Now, it is important for you to understand that everything that you're about to see is in fact real. Nothing has been gimmicked or tampered with in any way, shape, or form. You're just gonna have to take my word for it. So, since we're limited on time, we better get started right now. The I have for you is this is a piece of structural steel. This is what they use to make buildings and bridges and railroads and that sort of thing. And these are some soft suede wraps that I use to just pad my hands just a little bit for protection. So, structural steel. And this is why they pay me big bucks. And by big bucks, I'm actually relatively reasonably priced. And that is how I steal the show. Next one that I have is back in the day, back during vaudeville, when strongman was more commonplace, there was a rite of passage, so to speak. See, a strongman wasn't recognized as a strongman unless he could bend one of these in his hands. This is a 6-inch spike, also known as a 60-penny nail, which you could pick right up at your local hardware store. So you wrap up the pointy end, and then I wrap up the head for protection, practice safety. $60 nail. I guess you can say, I nailed it. Another classic feat. This is a horseshoe. This is the kind that you actually put on the horse. Wrap that one up nice and tight. Wrap up this other end. Horseshoe. No more horsing around. The S is for strength. Take a break from the classics for a bit, and we'll do a more modern day feat of strength. This is a frying pan. Now we're cooking. And that is how I roll. Now we're going to go back to the classics. This chest expansion belt. And this is a steel chain. Now what I'm going to attempt to do is to break this chain with the power of my lungs. my chest. So I'll have a little bit of time to basically talk about myself and how it is that I came upon this really quick. What I learned from the legendary Slim the Hammerman, what I learned from my current coach, Hercules Chris Ryder, and what I learned from my first mentor, the late great New Jersey Superman Greg Metonic, is that we are all capable of so much more than we know. And I discovered that, how to do that, discovered that there's a great power within us that can lift cars off of humans. And I discovered how to access a bit of this power when I was with my first mentor, Greg Metonic, one day in his gym. Greg says to me, there's a feat of strength I want to teach you. That to me is the epitome of everything it means to be a strongman, of mind over matter, and that is bending a steel bar on the bridge of my nose. Now this is a reinforcing steel bar. This is what they put into concrete to give it tensile strength. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it up on my nose like so, pull down really hard enough to make it bend. And what's going through my head as I do this is I say to myself, I know that this is not going to be comfortable, but no matter what I feel, I'm going to give it everything I've got, no matter what. That is the secret of bending steel. And that is also the secret of success, which becomes a topic in the motivational speech that normally accompanies my show. Something I wish we could do today, but we're a bit short on time. So, without further ado, reinforcing steel bar on the bridge of my nose. I'm gonna come up just a little bit closer, angle the camera so it's just a little bit higher, so that you can see it real good. Okay. Reinforcing steel bar on the bridge of my nose. Oh, I need a vacation. Now, cross the hands over. And there you have it. Now, one of these from every show is going to be painted and given to someone that is fighting against cancer. This is something I started called Rebar to Ribbons. This is a breast cancer ribbon, and it's my way of using my talents to give back. Anyways, that is my show. I want to thank you for watching, and I want to thank Alan for having me here. Thanks, Alan.
Wow, was that amazing or what? This is crazy. What a strength. How did you do that? Let's ask him. Eric, thank you so much for your demonstration. It was amazing. People are still going nuts here. Tell me
Alan,
a little bit about you.
It's good. First, I want to thank you for bringing me on board. It is always a pleasure to share what it is that I do. So, back when I first started performing, people would always ask me, how on earth is any of this possible, and how did you get started doing that? So I started basically making that into the motivational speech that accompanies my show. I try to take my viewers, my audience, on a journey with me as I went into my first mentors' gyms, as they taught me lessons of self-empowerment, going past self-imposed limitations.
Yeah, because, you know, people are not used to seeing strongmen. You know, it's something that I think it used to be years ago. I never personally been, only in the circus maybe I saw one, but I don't recall, you know, I don't know many strongmen out there. And you definitely also, you know, when I think strongman, I think, you know, it's like a huge 6 feet person, you know, all built, and you look in shape, but you're not built that way, and that's even more amazing to me.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You know, one of the things that I had learned from my strongman mentors is just how important the belief systems are. You know, that it's only partially about the body. People always ask, is it technique? Is it mind? Is it body? They're all one and the same. They're all interconnected, but the mind drives the body. And the fact of the matter is, every single human being on the planet is capable of so much more than they know. One of the things that was told to me by the legendary Slim the Hammerman Farman. Slim was a student of the mighty Adam, a vaudeville era strongman who was about my size and could do things like bite through spikes and pull airplanes with his hair. He said that there's been numerous times throughout history where ordinary human beings are able to lift a car of a human when put into crisis situations. He's like, it's got to make you wonder, isn't that power in you too? Question is, how do you bring it out?
Yeah, that's a great question, because I actually heard of cases of moms, for example, that lift a car to save their child. And so definitely there's much more strength. And also with some of the demonstrations that I do that are not compared to yours with strength, but definitely highlights the power of the mind. And I think that in your case, it's very clear. It's not only about muscles. It has to do with here. Am I correct?
Yeah, muscles are only one part in the chain. You know, a lot of times what holds people back in their strength and in their life is all in the mindset. And it's your belief systems about who you are and what you're capable of that are going to determine whether you're going to push forward or you're going to hold back in life.
Yeah, and you mentioned a mentor, because again, I'm not familiar with many strongmen, and also I think it's something that you mentioned vaudeville as well. So how did you start with this?
So I've been a personal trainer for about 15 years, and I always came at it from the standpoint that if people are going to pay me money to train them, that I needed to be able to find stuff that they're not going to be able to find on their own. And it came about through my studies that there were entertainers about 100 or so years ago that were able to perform unbelievable feats of strength as part of a live show. Now, this was an era that predated performance enhancement drugs. And I'm like, there's got to be something to the way these guys operate that allow them to do the things that I can do. Now, it turns out that there's a small subculture of us, and they were gathering every year in Newark, New Jersey, which is not that far from me. And when I first went to this conference where they all congregate, I went there simply to be able to interview Superman about the secrets of Kryptonian strength. And that's when I met Slim, and that's when
interview Superman. Did you say interview Superman?
Yeah, I mean, these guys were legitimate men who had been steeled, just like Superman can. Mm-hmm. Now, fast forward a couple years, and I'm going through a divorce, and I go back to this thing just to get my mind off of things. And that is when I happened to be seated next to the man who changed my life forever. His name was New Jersey's Superman, Greg Matonic, and he offered to teach me to bend steel. Took me into his gym, took me into his wing, taught me how to go past self-limiting beliefs, to believe in myself when I had lost my own self-belief, and when everybody lost their belief in me and pulled me out of the pit. And that's one of the reasons it's very important to me to be able to pay tribute to my first mentor and to let people know exactly how he helped and utilize his lessons to help bring my audience out of their own pits of despair and help take them to their next level so that they can actually achieve their dreams.
Wow, very interesting. Well, that was an amazing demonstration. People are really intrigued. And if anybody wants to hire you for a show, for a talk, do you have a website? We're happy to put it here in the chat as well. You can say it right now for everybody to know.
It is strongmanericmoss.com. That's Eric with a C, Moss like on the north side of a tree.
Okay, yeah, we also have your name right here. So it's strongmanericmoss.com. Eric, thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. You rock. All right. Okay. Are you with me? That was amazing, no? Yes, it was. It's a little different than what we used to in the show, and sorry, there was a little bit of internet connections from Eric's side, but I think that we managed to get the whole idea, and hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you would like to see more of this style of entertainment, let me know. And by the way, if you know anybody that would be great for the show, let us know. Put it in the chat. Send us an email. We're looking for fresh, great entertainment as always. So please help us out. We'll be happy to do that. Hey Ryan, are you there?
Yeah, buddy, I'm here.
Okay, that was pretty amazing, huh?
It's amazing. Yeah, I never knew you could turn a frying pan into a saucepan like that. That's pretty amazing. I'm gonna have to try that when I get back later.
Yeah. Well, since this was pre-recorded and we do our game every week, the Two Lies and the Truth or the Liars Club, today we have a surprise guest. And yes, she is actually one of our loyal audience. She's with us every week. Maybe you notice that sometimes when the show starts, she's driving and then she gets home and she goes, yeah, Phyllis knows who I'm talking about here, and many of you know her. She's kind of famous in our community. She is the lifestyle director of Bellagio. So please give a big, big hand to Valerie Jett. Hello, Valerie.
Hi, Alan. How are you?
Wonderful, great. You cannot see the audience right now because you are in my studio. Welcome, welcome. But everybody's applauding. Everybody, you're famous.
Or infamous, I'm not sure.
People love you. People love you. So, just for those of you that don't know who you are, could you tell us a little bit about you?
Well, I've been at Bellagio for about a year now, putting together lots of shows and entertainment for the residents. I work very closely with the agents. I was a performer myself, traveling for many years, including the condo circuit that I worked with down here for more than 10 years. And when I was traveling with my own show across the country, I met a person who was going to eventually be my husband. He came and saw my show in the Midwest practically every night. And as I was traveling with my show around the country, I would walk out on the stage and I would see him in the audience so many times. So finally, I had enough courage to walk up to him and I said, are you a stalker? Because as you can see, I'm very shy and retiring. And he said, no, I'm not a stalker. I said, oh, are you a fan? He goes, well, I am a fan, but more than a fan, I'm an admirer. And we got to know each other very well. And that was about 38 years ago, and we've been married ever since.
That's a great story. We love to hear that. This is great. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. So you know the game, the Liars Club, and we needed a third person, and I couldn't think of a better person than you. And Ryan is very excited about this game. He's such a great liar.
It's my favorite game, Alan. You know I love it. Thank you very much.
So today I prepared a very special word for all of us. And the word for today, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but the words, they go according to an alphabetical order. So we are up to the letter J, okay? Mm-hmm. Up to the letter J. So what word starts with J? Ejaculation. That's the word of the day, ejaculation. Don't go there. Don't go there with your mind. No, I know what you're thinking. That's not that word.
Nobody would go there, Alan. That's such a far...
No, I read minds, so I can see people here. All right, so Ryan, you go first. What is that?
Okay, well, as delicate as this word may be, ejaculation is the act of throwing or hurling something.
Okay. So if I throw like a ball, would that be ejaculating a ball?
Yeah. Can you ejaculate the ball over here to me? that's something you don't hear all the time, but it is in fact an accurate statement. So it's the act of throwing or hurling something.
Can you imagine in a playground kids are playing and one of them comes to the teacher saying, ejaculated a ball in my face.
I don't know if that's the congregation ejaculated, but okay. Yeah, so that's all I got to say about that one. It's
Okay, so the act of throwing or hurling. Okay.
yes.
And by the way, audience, you're not allowed to Google it yet, okay? Not allowed to Google, otherwise it's not fair. All right, now, Ryan, you have a bad reputation, so I'm not sure people will believe you. But
That's what they tell me.
yeah, well, I will tell you what it is, the real answer, okay? Because, you know, people believe me, and I'm actually research all this, and I know the real answer. So these started with janitors and with, how do you call those that fix pipes?
Plumber?
Plumbers, yes, with plumbers. So when a pipe would get clogged, they would come and unclog it. And back in the days, you know, they had to use different type of tools and warm it up, and you know, with different ways. And at the end, the idea was to ejaculate the pipe and unclog it. So basically, ejaculation means, you know, unclogging, or the act of unclogging a pipe or drain or things like that. So that's ejaculation, and janitors they ejaculate all the time, pipes and things like that. So yeah, that's what it is. So here we go, the act of unclogging a pipe, that is ejaculation. Valerie, you know the answer for this?
Actually, I do know the answer. It's actually a form that's used by artists. It's a technique that is used. When artists paint, they usually have tubes of paint that they squeeze onto a palette and then use a brush to apply that paint onto a canvas. What ejaculation actually is a small nozzle on the top of this tube, and they squeeze it onto the canvas, making squiggly lines, and create beautiful designs with that squiggly line. And that is actually a technique that artists use, and it's called ejaculation.
Okay, so it's more like squirting kind of thing, not like squirting paint on canvas, like throwing it like this kind of thing as well?
Yes, squirting it, creating a pattern with that squirting squiggly line. Yes.
Oh, okay. So yeah, there are, you know, in Art Basel you see a lot of ejaculators, would you say?
I would say so.
Okay, so plenty of ejaculators in Art Basel, in Miami Art and all that. Okay, so Valerie, listen, you know, you have a good reputation, and after your performance here, I mean, I hope that you know, we don't tarnish your reputation with this game here today. But all right, so let's see who is telling the truth. Let's put the poll here and launch the poll, and this is your moment to vote. So go ahead and vote. Tell us, who do you think that is telling the truth? Okay, wow, this is a very tight race. I mean, I love because I see it live. I don't know, you know, I should find a way to show you when this is moving around like this. This is pretty great. So Ryan, you're doing better this week.
Is that right? Because last week, I don't think anybody believed me.
Yeah, nobody believed you, and you know, you already got that reputation. So we only have 17 people voted, so please vote. Okay, we have 63%, 19 people voted. It should pop up on your screen, and you just need to choose the one that you like. So go ahead. We have 20 people voted. Very good. So this is actually this is a very tight race. Very tight race here, I have to tell you.
Oh.
I don't think we ever had a tighter race. You know, and this is, I think, the first time that we have a tie. So we need,
really?
Yeah, we need more people to vote, because otherwise it's going to stay a tie. So please, if you didn't vote, okay, there we go. We got another vote. Come on, there's 22 out of 30. Come on, there's 7 people that are sleeping or something. Wake up. All right, so I'm going to give it another 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 1. All right, I'm going to end the poll here. And let me share the results with you. So the results are in. And according to the results, I'm actually the last one. People did not believe the pipe and the
Really?
janitor. Yeah, come on.
That was such a great answer.
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Valerie, people believe you a lot, but the one that won by 1 is Ryan. Ryan, you won this time.
Really? I won.
Yeah, so you got 9 votes. You got 9 votes, Ryan. Valerie got 8, and I got 6. Okay? And thank you for the 6 that...
that is a close one. That is close.
Very, very close.
Very close.
All right, so now everybody wants to know what is ejaculation. So the person that was telling the truth, on the count of 3, please raise your hand. 1, 2, 3. Yes,
It was
right.
mine, you guys. Yes.
You guys got it this week. You got it this week. You got it
Yeah,
this
they
week.
won this week. That's great.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Smart audience.
Okay, I need to find another difficult word for next week. Hey, Valerie.
All different.
Yeah, these are difficult, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. For me, it's hard to really know because English is not my first language. So sometimes I look at words and say, everybody's going to know this. I wasn't sure, but I think we're getting better at this. Valerie, did you have fun?
I did. I really enjoyed being on this side of the camera. It certainly is different.
It's a
I have
different.
to mind my P's and Q's when I'm on this side of the camera.
That's right.
Yes, it's a little different. It's a little different being backstage. Hey, audience, what do you say? Should we bring Valerie back again? Put it in the chat. Yeah, wow, you have so many fans here. That's great. That's great. Hey, Valerie,
Great. Yes, thank you.
Valerie, thank you so much. We really appreciate you joining and saving the game today. You're a good sport. We had a lot of fun with you. I appreciate it. And you can stay with us backstage so you can watch the rest of the show from here, okay?
I would love to.
Please stay with us. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And Ryan, the moment people are waiting for. Yes. So what do you have for us? And before you play, I want to say one more word. But
okay.
Actually, I'll. All right. So I'll say now. So first of all, I want to thank everybody that is supporting the show. Okay. And again, everybody is welcome to come every week, and we really appreciate those that can and do chip in a little bit, because we do have some expenses here. So thank you very much. Every dollar counts, and it's very much appreciated. And in case you wonder and you want to chip in, this is a website where you can go and support the show. All right, so feel free to do it. We really appreciate it very, very much. Also, you can support Ryan, and you will see his website while he's playing. With his music, he has amazing CDs, and this is the time of the year where you can gift some music, no, Ryan?
Yeah, absolutely. If anybody wants a CD, we can get that out before Christmas for sure. So
with signature.
Happy to sign it. Yes.
Yes, very good. So what do you have for us today?
Well, last week you had mentioned something about Hanukkah songs, and I didn't quite have any Hanukkah songs that I was familiar with. So I had a really good time this week researching and discovering a lot of great music that exists in Hanukkah. So I chose a couple. One that might be a little more traditional, maybe even considered a children's song, for Hanukkah. So I want to play that for you. It's called the Dreidel song. Dreidel, dreidel, dreidel. Do you know this song?
Of course. Well, for those of you that, of course. For those of you who didn't notice, Ryan is the Goyish in the group, and I'm the Yiddish here. So
okay, you might have to explain that further. I don't think anybody who's not Jewish would understand that one either. But
I think most of the audience here, even if they're not Jewish, they understand. Basically, and this is what's great about America. Also, we come from different traditions, different religions. So, I'm Jewish. I grew up in Israel, so obviously I know probably all the Hanukkah songs, and Yeah, and are you Christian? You celebrate Christmas?
Yeah, Christmas. Yeah, Christian. Yeah.
I have a Hanukkah bush at home myself, so
Oh yeah.
yeah, we do a little bit of both. You know, put a Star of David at the end of the tree, and you know, and
Hanukkah bush. Is that what you said? Hanukkah bush.
a Hanukkah bush. Yeah,
Okay.
that's how we
It's
call
like a
it.
Christmas tree.
It's like a Christmas tree with, you know, we put a little bit of some Jewish ornaments and a Star of David
Okay.
at the top. So yeah, so
Cool.
all right, Ryan. So we're looking forward. It's the stage is
Yeah.
yours.
Well, okay. Let's just try. I'm gonna. This first song is actually kind of fun, anyway. So dreidel, dreidel, dreidel for all you youngsters out there.
All right, that was
So,
good.
do you know that song, Alan? That's a real song, right?
Yeah, dreidel, 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 man of clay.
Okay.
No, I'm gonna spare the singing for all of us here.
Yeah. Well, and I
Yes.
got the first time I heard that song was on South Park. Are you a South Park fan by chance?
I'm a big fan of South Park.
Okay.
Big
So
fan of
Kyle
South Park.
sings that at Hanukkah time on South Park, and
I remember that episode. And for those of you who don't know South Park, check it out. They have a pandemic special. Did you see the pandemic special?
I did. I saw it. Very clever. Very
Very
funny.
clever. Yeah. All right. Go.
right.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. No, so for a more serious Hanukkah song, and in my research, a lot of people have said this is their favorite Hanukkah song, and it was written in 1982. So I don't know if it's considered super traditional. It was from Peter, Paul, and Mary. It's called "Light One Candle." Are you familiar with this song, Alan?
Maybe after I hear it, I'm not
Yeah?
sure.
Okay. Well, let's play it for you. How about that?
Yeah, let's do it.
thank you very much. Yeah. Have you heard that, Alan?
No, that's the first time I heard this song, but I know that
Really?
some of you here, I think somebody wrote here, see, Barbara, there are words to this song. Apparently she knows the song and she knows the words.
Lots of words, yeah. Yeah, so this is Peter, Paul, and Mary. They wrote it back in 1982. They didn't record it until 1986, but it was a very big hit for them. They debuted it in New York. So
Okay.
big concerts, yeah. So it's kind of a nice,
and
very nice song.
Yeah, it sounds really nice on the piano.
Yeah.
I like it.
Transferred well. One more quick one here, then we'll let you guys go. There's a very famous song out lately. It's called "A River Runs Through You." I think you might enjoy it.
Love it.
That's about it. Thank you very much. Yeah, kind of a relaxing song. I like that.
Thank you, Ryan. Thank you so much. And I want to thank everybody here. Thank you for joining us again this week. Next week, we are still here with you right before Christmas. And next week, Ryan, I'm sure you're going to have a little bit of Christmas with us. Is that right?
Yeah, we can celebrate some more Christmas music next week for you. Absolutely.
It's the holidays, you know. We can enjoy it. Hey, thank you so much. You're amazing as always. Thank you for joining us every week. We see you next week. In the chat, you will see the link to register for next week's show. And we have a comedian next week, super funny. We always bring funny comedians. So what better than to start Christmas than laughing? Ryan, thank you. Valerie, thank you. Eric Moss, thank you. Ryan, take it away.
All right.